All right, so I've started the recording of this meeting hence from now. So the meeting is recorded. So if I want to use it for training purposes or I need to, keep a record of the meeting, I can record meetings like this and, use it, like I said, for later when I need. Just give me a sec. I'll share my screen now. Yeah, so to summarize, Microsoft Teams by itself has some amazing capabilities to actually elevate your company into a modern workplace. First things first, it gives you the ability to store up to 1 terabyte of company data. So your people across anywhere they're working, they have access to company data. And then, of course, Teams has absolutely become the preferred meeting room for businesses across the world. And then you have chat and security as well, which is included. So that by itself is a kind of completes the story. So now what I'll do is let me talk about OneDrive for Business. All right, so OneDrive for Business is not really much to learn. You actually keep working on your PC as usual. All right, so what happens is everything that you store on your PC under the OneDrive folders, everything, it syncs to your cloud hard drive, as I would call it. So let's say you create a couple of Word documents, couple of Excel documents. Within seconds, it is synced to your cloud storage. And the moment you walk away from your office PC and move out with your mobile phone, you actually have access to all your data which is on your office PC. You have access to that on from your mobile phone or a tablet or let's say you're going home and you have a home PC there, so you have access to your company laptop or desktop at your home exactly as it is. All right, so every employee is able to access his office PC data from any device he likes. So here I'm going to play a short video and then I'll summarize OneDrive for Business.
Now that business is conducted in coffee shops and across time zones, it helps to have all your important files whenever you need them. That's where OneDrive, the intelligent files app for Microsoft 365, comes in. With OneDrive, everything is backed up, secured, and protected. View and access all files from any device on desktop, web, and mobile apps. Share and work together with anyone, whether you're on the go or in the office. Collaborate with people inside and outside your organization using real-time co-authoring and other helpful features like @mentions and comments. Plus, intelligent search and discovery helps you find things fast and even offers personalized recommendations. With OneDrive and Microsoft 365, you can be more flexible, more collaborative, and more productive, empowering you to achieve wherever work takes you.
All right. So one of the features that I missed on talking about OneDrive, with OneDrive, you can actually share entire folders, files with anybody in the world, not only your own office colleagues, but anybody you like. So let's say you're working on important projects and you need to share certain folders with the outsider, or let's say somebody in your company. So you can just right click on the folder or the specific file and give access to that those people, and you can actually revoke that access back after a few days, let's say once your project is done. So you are in complete control about who gets access to your personal folders. All right, so now let me touch upon Microsoft security, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a live demo of Teams and OneDrive. So let's talk about some common scenarios today. uh, all of us are used to accessing our work in various ways on our mobile phone. I mean, this is very common across all of us. But once again, very important to mention that as management or as IT managers, you should understand there's no real need to panic or be concerned, because you will have complete control over which devices can access your data, and you can protect these devices, and you know what data can users access. So there is complete control over your company's data and access to it. All right, another familiar instance that we often come across is we often get spams, malware, suspicious mails, and we actually don't know whether to click on it or not. All right. So, often these suspicious mails come with, suspicious attachments, and, it could create issues. But today with Microsoft 365, most of the time, these kind of mails are combated at the cloud level itself. So ransomware, malware, viruses, these can be filtered and stopped at the Microsoft servers itself. And then even if you get attachments with a mail, you actually have the ability to open these attachments in a sandbox. So which is like a virtual box, so that these attachments cannot do any damage to your PC, just in case they are suspicious files which are capable of doing something bad. And then you also have other ways where you can protect your Windows 10 devices. You can actually enable multi-factor authentication. That is, people can use SMS as a second level of protection. So there is a lot of protection built into these systems. All right, today, let's say you have emailed some sensitive information to a colleague, some important Excel file or a Word file. With Microsoft 365, with some of the plans, You have data leakage protection built in, where sensitive mails marked as confidential can only be read by the person to whom it is sent to. It cannot be forwarded, it cannot be copied, it cannot be screen printed. Even attachments cannot be saved or forwarded or printed. So there is a lot of ways where you can, prevent your company information from going out. Could be there are some files with credit card numbers and so on going out. You can actually block these. So a lot of ways where you can enable data leakage protection across your company. And yes, for everything that your employees do on Microsoft 365, you can archive that data, and some plans even have unlimited cloud archiving. Yeah, this was the feature I was talking about earlier. Let's say an employee or you left a mobile phone somewhere and you lost your phone, all right, with your company information and access to corporate data on it. With Microsoft 365, you can completely wipe information from iOS or Android devices, Windows 10 or MacBooks. And this way you can actually keep your company data secure. What I'll do now is play a short video on Microsoft security to help you understand what are the various ways you can control your organization data security, and then I'll move on.
Microsoft 365 Business helps you protect your company from online threats and unauthorized access, as well as protect and manage data on your phones, tablets, and computers. Help prevent online criminals from getting access to data, resources, and passwords with Office 365 Advanced Threat Protection, or ATP. Scan for malicious links and malware in emails and Office docs by using ATP Safe Links and ATP Safe Attachments. Microsoft provides basic anti-phishing protection for everyone, but Office 365 ATP uses advanced learning and intelligence to automatically shut down new threats, such as criminals that try to obtain your personal information via deceptive emails. Use multi-factor authentication to make your sign-in more secure. For example, you can use an app on your phone to make sure the you signing in is actually you. Protect your Windows 10 devices and files from malware and ransomware by using Windows Defender, recently ranked best in class antivirus software. Use data loss prevention, or DLP, to keep sensitive information, such as Social Security or credit card numbers, from being shared inappropriately in files or emails. Communicate more securely with your customers by using Office 365 message encryption. This makes sure that only the intended recipients can read the emails you send, and they can't be forwarded to recipients you didn't choose. Use Exchange Online archiving to retain your employees' emails in case they leave or if they're needed for legal purposes. Use conditional access to restrict how and when employees can access business files and apps. For your users' personal phones and devices, you can require a passcode, restrict moving company email, files, and data to personal apps and storage, and remove company data from Office apps. For company devices, you can fully manage them, enforce BitLocker encryption, automatically install updates, reset the devices to their factory settings if given to a new user, or wipe data if lost or stolen. In addition to Windows 10 devices, you can also manage macOS, iOS, and Android devices.
All right, so that was the overview of the security features of Microsoft 365. So with this, I want to summarize and end this talk on Microsoft 365 here. And I just want to say that with all these features, one thing is clear that, you can absolutely transform your organization literally overnight, because now your organization is on 24 by 7. It's so easy for your teams to work together, and with people being able to access their own PC data or company data anytime, anywhere, you absolutely see phenomenal increase in productivity across the line. So, like I said, these are the building blocks for every modern biz today. All right, so with this, let me cover the Microsoft 365 business plans. So you have business basic, you have business standard, premium, and apps for business. So the various plans have various capabilities. What we will do is we will cover this later on mail. We'll send you details. But having said that, you have the business basic plan at just 1,500 rupees a year, where you get Teams, OneDrive, Exchange, and so much more. And it's an incredible value for money, as is standard and premium, where you get MS Office, data leakage protection, and other security functions. So call to action, very simple, adopt Microsoft 365 Business, deploy Teams, and literally make it the hub for teamwork in your organization. Don't just use it as a meeting tool. Teams is a lot more. And then, of course, enable every user to ensure that they are storing all their data in OneDrive, so that they are then productive and, being able to access data anytime, anywhere. And yes, implement Microsoft security, because with your data being available 24 by 7 on any device, you need to ensure that you have the right checks and balances in place. All right, I will jump through this. All right, so now what does Express do? We are a Microsoft Cloud Solution partner. I mean, we've literally helped thousands of employees adopt Microsoft 365. We've set up teams, channels, set it up on various devices, and helped our customers, set up the right security, and absolutely, integrate teams into their day-to-day working, and literally transform how our customers are working. We actually drive OneDrive adoption across our customers, so that people are now productive and being able to access their data anytime, anywhere. Migration of your mails, contacts, calendars, wherever they are. You could be on Google Suite, you could be on any other place where you are hosting your company mails. We'll migrate all your mailboxes, all emails to Microsoft 365 along with your contacts and calendars. So all in all, Express has been there for long as a Microsoft cloud partner. We've got a lot of experience in, migrating people to Microsoft 365 and then managing it for them. So core expertise and experience on this product since many years. So to summarize, every modern business empowered with Microsoft 365, literally becomes a huge cohesive force and sees phenomenal increase in productivity. All right, now let me also cover the next part, which is about Azure. I'm just going to take 3, 4 slides, not more. So even with Microsoft 365 being used, there are a lot of people who still use on-premise servers for applications like CRM, Tally, payroll, inventory software. I mean, I'm just giving examples. So all this is still working off their office servers. And then to access all these applications, people still need to come to office. So that really defies the purpose. So, yeah, what are the next steps for you to get out of this? What we can advise is you can host your applications on Microsoft Azure. So then, your on-prem server hosting your applications, simply just move to the cloud, and then your employees are able to work from anywhere. All right, so let's say you have a CRM, or you have any application which needs a Windows server and a SQL server, all right, which is hosted on your Office server. You can simply migrate these applications to Azure. That is, move your Windows and SQL to Azure, and then it literally works the same way that it did on your Office server. But now people are absolutely able to access all your applications wherever they are. They don't need to connect through RDP, VPN, nothing. They can literally just connect to the internet and have access to your Office applications. So with Windows and SQL on Azure, some of the key benefits: no need to manage servers, no need to buy software or buy licenses. Everything is just pay as you go and you just pay per month. And when you need to upgrade, let's say your server hardware, RAM, storage, it's just a few clicks, few minutes, and you're done. You don't need to pay for it upfront. You don't need to spend so much time and effort with upgrades. So everything is just about pay as you go. So to summarize, with Azure, you only pay for what you use. If you are hosting your applications on Azure, you only pay per month as you continue using it. That's about it. And you can actually scale. So when your needs grow, you can actually scale your Azure, your configurations as you go up and kind of increase as needed. And then Azure has got built-in capabilities to protect your data. You have cloud backup. You can actually back up your data in different parts of the world and so on. So there is a lot of security there. And now let me also give you one slide on Tally on Azure. So Tally is a very popular app across India. Tally, we now offer a solution where for a fee per user per month, you simply host your Tally on the cloud and people will be able to access Tally seamlessly anytime, anywhere. And we also ensure that your data on Tally is backed up daily. All right. So one is, yes, you have absolute complete access to your Tally wherever you are. And next is there is ample security and safety built into Tally on Azure. So yeah, you can take next steps on Azure. We can help you get some free credits from Microsoft. So you can actually test out moving to the cloud. You can actually move on the cloud, let's say for a month with your CRM, Tally or ERP, and then kind of take a call as to whether you want it or not. So with this, I'm done with my presentation. So if there are any questions I can take on now, or what I will do is I'll actually shift to some real life demos, and then probably, I can kind of take questions. All right, so what you see on your screen is my normal Windows File Explorer. Let me show you my OneDrive. So my OneDrive is where I store all my data. So let's say I have around 200 GB of data and everything that I own is inside here, my personal tax, bank documents, and so on. And, sharing an entire folder with somebody, just about right clicking here and click on share. And I can share this entire folder with somebody specific, or I can generate a link and send it to a group of people within my company or outside, right? Or I can, in fact, even, make conditions where people can access data only for a week or a month or whatever I like, and then I can revoke this access. So I can right click on any file, any folder, and share it with my teams, and then they can access my, these folders the way they like. So this is my personal storage. OneDrive Express Computers Limited is Chetan Shah's personal data that you see, that is only accessible to others to the extent of the files or folders that I share with them. That's about it. And then let me talk about Microsoft Teams. So this on your screen is our Microsoft Teams at. So all the files and folders that we used to have in our office earlier is now moved to Microsoft Teams. So all this data used to be on various folders on our servers earlier, and now we just have it on Teams. And I can then access this data on my Teams app on my phone as well. Let me just show you. And the same data that I showed you, Express Core Team, is available on my Windows itself. All right, so I don't even need to open the Teams app to access my company folders. I can absolutely kind of access it on my Windows File Explorer itself. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift to my Android PC. All right, and now I'm going to share my Android PC. Just a minute. All right, so now what you should see on your screen is actually my Android PC. All right, what I'm going to do now is I have opened my OneDrive app on my Android PC. So all my data that I have on my Windows PC is absolutely available to me on my Android system. I can be sitting with my mobile phone anywhere in the world, doesn't matter. I have access to my personal data wherever I want, all 200 GB of it. All right, the next is let me come back to Teams. All right, so let me come to the same core team and access all the folders. So these are all the folders that is accessible to this team. So all the data that you saw a bit ago from my PC is now accessible to me on my Android device. All right, so it doesn't matter, I can actually open any single file. So I just opened a small picture on my Android device. These data was earlier in various folders on our Office Windows server. Now I am just able to access this on my Android PC, and it's so easy, so convenient. Imagine all 45 Express employees are able to access their individual data wherever they are. Right, so with this, I just wanted to show you a snapshot of OneDrive, Teams, and how me as a professional, I'm able to access my personal data, my company's data on an Android device, on a Windows 10 PC, or I even use a tablet. I have access to all this on my tablet. So I'm very productive wherever I go, and I've replicated it across our organization. So everybody can kind of, be productive wherever they are. So I'm open to questions. If you have any questions, you can ask me now, or you can send us a mail later. Any questions? All right, so I guess no questions for now. You can write to us for any queries you have on Microsoft 365 on Azure or on Tally on Azure, and we would be happy to help you get there. With this, thank you so much for attending this workshop. See you soon.